name is Bill Munroe. I was born and raised in Quincy all the way up until I left for college. Went to school at Georgia Tech, and after that I was in the Army for 4 years. Met my wife. When I got out of the Army, we moved back here, and helped my father build go-karts and dune buggies and lawnmowers and all kinds of stuff right here. The biggest change in Quincy when I was growing up is when they integrated the school system. And that really wasn't a big deal. I know a lot of the black kids didn't want to do it, a lot of the white kids didn't want to do it, but there weren't any fights and there wasn't any rock throwing or anything like that. We've started getting a lot of new people in, a lot of new blood, and I think it's good for the county. Good for the county, good for the city. We're picking people up from all over the world. Many, many years ago, when shade tobacco was king, so to speak, we were very metropolitan. I mean, Quincy was one of the most cultured towns outside of Atlanta. This is the larger of our two machines. We've got this one will do up to a 4 foot by 4 foot piece. I do like working with my hands, but there's a lot more working with your head than you would think. This particular project is a sign for the Allison House Inn. It's being run on the larger of our two machines. The material is commonly called HDU, which stands for high density urethane. The machine itself is computer controlled. It has a spindle mounted on it. The bits that we've been using for this particular sign mostly have been V-bits. Most of the time I don't get a chance to work with a designer. Most of the time somebody gives me a very vague and general idea and says, can you do this? Working with Beck, it was refreshing because she had artwork that was ready to go. A lot of times, even if somebody supplies artwork, it's got to be, you got to spend hours in cleaning it up to get it where you want it to be. I think we went through maybe 4 iterations before we finally dialed it in. But I'm happy because now I'm fairly confident that the designer will be happy. This type of work, it is indicative of some of the changes that are going on here in Quincy. I mean, recently, you know, we've gotten some very, very talented woodworkers in, like Mark Ventry, and artists, and people who are doing not conventional manufacturing, but manufacturing nonetheless. I think the changes in Quincy are excellent. You know, if you live in the past, you're never going to get anywhere. And I really do look at the influx of people that we're getting and the type of things that people are getting into, like artistry, like woodwork. I think there's a pottery person in here, in the area. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, and it brings in new ideas and new thoughts, and without really running the danger of throwing away your cultural heritage at the same time. Because I think a lot of the new people are really interested in the older homes and how this county came to be about. And, you know, it's a good thing. It's a great thing.